Hey, Kyle here. I have a special treat for everybody. I was going to put this on my blog, but I think it would be better for me to put it in video form, and then I just put it on my blog just for 2 points and more in-depth and whatnot. But I have my Techmarine done. I think it looks really, really good. Sort of tried to make everything, sort of put some swamp breakery stuff into it. I might paint the elbows and the knees purple, just so you know he's a swamp breaker and not just a guy with red and green armor and looks like a Christmas ornament, just to break up the red a little more. The cables are gunmetal. I'm putting heavy washes of Bedaub Black on it just to darken it. So, tell me what you think. I have to put wash on the purity seals and do a streaking effect. Hang on, I gotta turn down my music. It's a little loud, but I didn't put anything on the knobs there. I might put a little bit of wash on it just to darken it. I experimented with some highlighting. I used Reaper Blood Red on the Mechrite. On the tip there, you can sort of see it's a little brighter, and then maybe I put some on the head. Might have to put a little more on it. But that's him. Now, I was going to pose, now my second model, you've heard about it, and you've seen glimpses of it in its incomplete form on some of my battle reports, in more particular the HQ assassination videos. This is my Master of the Forge, mostly complete. Might have to do some things here and there. But, where's my phone? Let's see. I don't care, James. Leave me alone, James. Anyways, this is my completed Master of the Forge with Conversion Beamer and Power Axe. Now, what I wanted to do with this, I wanted to make him a little more commando style. Let's see if I can adjust my lamp here a little, get a little bit better. So, I sort of made him a little more commando. I'm still sort of shaving this down a little bit to make it a little better looking. I know you see fingerprints, but it adds a little bit of texture. Wanted to make him a little more commando. So I put like crack grenades, frag grenades, and a combat knife on the back. That's just for aesthetics. He doesn't actually use that. It's just for aesthetics. And I gave him a spare power axe. I gave it to this guy. I gave this guy the power axe at the last minute. I thought he needed a little more close combat capabilities. Although he did take out the deep striking elite that the Imperial Guard has with his bare hands. Well, actually the hands he didn't have, because he didn't have arms when he did it. But I did something with the chest. I used, it was a piece I cut off of the Dreadnought chest piece for this guy. So I thought I would put it on this, it was sort of like the overhead arch piece that would go on, when you put it on a Dreadnought thing overhead. I put it on there in this configuration. Did a lot of green stuff up here. I gotta sort of shave that down. Got my red under his beak there. But I think it bulks up his armor a little bit, makes it look like Artificer armor for sure. Looks really good. I'm gonna have to do some more work to it. I have to shave down the shoulders, but it's really cool. Now the Conversion Beamer here, I'll set it right there. Some of you might recognize, especially the back end, so it'll look familiar. This is actually a spare las cannon that I got from when I did my land speeder conversion using Sentinel legs. It came with two different versions of it. It came with the metal one and a plastic one. I'm still keeping this. I might use this for a las cannon marine, another one with the same kind of arm. Sort of like a Mark II, because I might make a Devastator squad sometime. But anyways, I cut the barrel off. I cut the tip of the barrel off, and I cut the barrel itself off. Flip the barrel around to where this little bar is at the top, and then put the tip of the barrel back on. So it doesn't look like much of a las cannon anymore. It looks like something else. Now I know some people use las cannons as conversion beamers on on their Marines and whatnot, but I wanted to make it look a little different, so it's my conversion beamer. And what I did was how I mounted it on the shoulder like this. Let me see if I can find a backpack. This is an older backpack, but I can still show you. I cut off the vent, and then I cut off the angle piece there. I just cut it straight down, and I did that. Cut off pretty much everything down to the 2 small vents down below, and then I just plopped it on the side and green stuffed the tube going into the backpack, and I green stuffed that up. But that's it. And with I wanted to give him a mechanical arm, but I didn't have a whole lot of mechanical parts, so I made a green stuff tube. Stuffed a tube of green stuff. Cut it up a little bit. I'm still going to use this for other mechanical arms. And I cut it. I took a small rod, cut it at an angle, then flipped it all around, glued it together, and I put some green stuff inside the shoulder, carved out a triangle shape out of it, and then just plopped it in there. And then I just glued it right to the side of the chest. Now, his arm itself, the parts that's visible, is a melt-a-bomb canister. I cut off one end of it, but it was the end that didn't have the handle on it, because I wanted to use the other end with the handle on it, so I had a flat enough surface to stick onto the green stuff arm. Now this hand is actually the hand that grips that is the hand that basically grips the bolt gun on a basic Space Marine. But I sort of scored the thumb, vented in, and filled the little gap with green stuff, which you can see it there. I did the same thing with this, so it'll grip. So he grips the Thunder Hammer. I call it a tech hammer. I call it the swamp. I'm gonna have some. It's like a swamp hammer or something like that. Then I just glued the hand right onto the flat end that I cut off the melt-a-bomb, and there you go. And this is the only part that's really going to be visible, and it's flexible, so it won't break off so easily. So there you go. And when I do paint this is just going to be gunmetal, so it'll be kind of hidden. So all you really see is this. It gives that illusion of the mechanical arm, when in reality it's just a basic pipe arm. And this kilt right here, or this little loincloth thing, just something I threw together real quick. When I paint it over, it'll hide all these marks and sort of give it some texture. It's actually my fingerprints. But hey, I look at it this way. If it gets stolen, I can prove it's mine. It's got my fingerprint on it. What the fuck was that? Well, everything just shook for a second. Parents must have dropped something. But tell me what you think of this. This is my Master of the Forge with a conversion beamer and power weapon. Just a power axe. Tell me what you think of the chest piece. Did similar thing with this, but this chest piece is kind of simple. But this looks more Master of the Forge-y. Master of the Forge-y. Tell me what you think. I'll have this video on my blog, as well as more in-depth of what I had to do. I will have an update of my Disc of Siege on my blog. The pictures might not be all that great, but you'll get a good idea. Because I just got done cutting out another arrow. Glue on there. I gotta glue it on there. But you'll see some updates of my Disc of Siege, as well as any other conversions. So, tell me what you think of this guy. This is my Master of the Forge. A little more commando, but he's won me games, and he is well deserved of this conversion. This model deserves what it is. So this is Kylex Pi 665 with my Master of the Forge. Don't have a name for him yet. I'll figure it out. Yet again, this is Kylex Pi 665 with Master of the Forge signing out. I'm not going to repeat it anymore until the next video. So, bye-bye.